All right, what's good, man? Let's get into it. So, Dallas Mavs, you guys are going to the finals. Want to give a congratulations to the Dallas Mavericks. And yes, I'm recording this in the third quarter. This game's over. It's 75-42, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Y'all down what? 23-24. Ant not playing good. We're going to get into that, but it is what it is. Shout out to the Dallas Mavericks, number one, for ending this series and letting me record my video early, get some more sleep. And number two, I don't have to worry about a game 6 on Saturday. I get to watch UFC. You know what I'm saying? I get to watch Kevin Holland and Sean Strickland and who else is fighting? Dustin Porter. I get to watch UFC this Saturday without worrying about a game 6. So, it is what it is, man. Dallas closes out in 5. Not shocking. Not surprising, a little shocked. I thought Minnesota will come out better at home, and I thought Dallas would end in a game 6, but, it is what it is there. Shout out to Kyrie, one of my favorite players, you know what I'm saying? Luka Doncic, I got to give you credit. I don't hate Luka per se. Maybe it's just his fans that really annoy me, and I have a video coming out about that Friday, about his fans and them comparing them to LeBron, but, it is what it is. Luka cooked this whole series, cooked the whole playoffs, to be honest with you. So, it is what it is. I still think Jason Kidd's a bum. But it is what it is. You guys get my preview. When's the finals? That's actually a good question. The finals is June 6th. So, today's the 30th. I was on recording this. So, you guys will get this Friday. So, Thursday, a week from today, is the finals. So, no, a week from now is the finals, a week from today. Y'all know what I mean. It is what it is. But, hey, Dallas got the win. It is what it is. Let's talk about the Timberwolves, man. And listen, Ant, this was your coming out party. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take a massive dump all over you. You know what I'm saying? This was your coming out party. This was the year, you made your name in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Ja Morant had his name last year. Luka had his name in 2022 or 2022. Yeah. Trying to think who else. I can't really think of anybody off the top of my head. Devin Booker 2021, Giannis in 2021. So you know what? I'm not going to take a massive dump all over Ant. Obviously, you could tell Ant is tired. He has to carry these 7-foot bums who I'm about to get into. His second best player on the team is McDaniels, and his third best player is Naz Reid. So when your two best players are two role players and one of them is a bench player, that is, what else can you say about Ant? You know what I'm saying? What else can you say? Do I think he's overrated? Not per se. Not yet. This was his coming out party. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. He did his thing. He went to the Western Conference Finals. If I were to tell you Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves will be in a game 5 against the Mavericks in the Western Conference Championship in the beginning of the year, in October or November, would you really believe me? Would you really believe me? Or even February. If I would have told you this in February, would you believe me? Would you believe me? Come on, man. So I don't deem this as an overrated thing for Ant. I don't think Ant, there's so much I could. The only criticism I really have of Ant is Ant. You sit here and say you don't want to be compared to MJ, but everything you do is comparable to MJ. You say, I took it personal. You do the shrug. I saw it today in the game where you're trying to do the whole MJ layup thing. Listen, for someone who doesn't, quote, want to be compared to MJ, you act a lot like MJ. Kind of give me, Kobe vibes. But at least Kobe admitted, MJ was his favorite player growing up. So, it is what it is. If you want to be like your father, Ant, just go ahead and be like your father. So, it is what it is. But shout out to Ant, for getting the Minnesota Timberwolves to the conference championship, especially with these two bums I'm about to name. Okay. Rudy Gobert. I've always disliked you. I've always hated you. I hated you in Utah when you were with Donovan Mitchell, averaging 4 rebounds in the playoffs. When Jordan Clarkson and Donovan Mitchell have more rebounds than you, Mr. Defensive Player of the Year. Listen, you got cooked by Nikola Jokic. You've been getting cooked by this whole Mavericks team. This dude won how many Defensive Player of the Years? 5 or 6? I can I just be for real? The reason why this bum wins Defensive Player of the Year is because he's the only player in the NBA who takes defensive seriously in the regular season. Nobody plays defense in the NBA in the regular season until April, until late March, until after okay, seedings are coming in. Let's try to make the playoffs. This bum has been bad. He's not good. I'm sorry, he's just not good. Anytime I see him at the free throw line, I cringe. Listen. I don't know why this guy gets so much praise for being a defensive juggernaut when every time I see him, he gets cooked. He gets cooked by other centers. He gets cooked by other power forwards. He gets cooked by small forwards. He gets cooked by every guard I see him. What defense? What Rudy? Can someone name me the Rudy Gobert play throughout this whole playoff series? Whether it's the Suns, Dallas, or Nuggets. What Rudy remember that Rudy Gobert block? I remember him getting fouled out last game. I remember him getting cooked by Nikola Jokic. I remember that. I'm not with the hype of Rudy Gobert. I'm not gonna say he has to go, but we need to stop with the overhype. Someone needs to if you want to be like MJ, since you want to be like MJ so bad, why don't you Steve Kerr or Rudy Gobert? Why don't you Steve Kerr, Rudy Gobert? Especially when he's out there getting cooked. And the biggest culprit I really, really want to talk about, Karlanthony Towns, bro, you are a bum. Karlanthony Towns, you are the softest dude, no Diddy, I ever seen in my whole life. It's not even funny, bro. I mean, it's literally between you and Tyrese Halliburton about how soft, no Diddy, you guys are. Bro, it took you game 3 in the fourth quarter alone to actually help Ant out. Ant's going to get the heat because he's the leader. He's the guy that talks crap. I get it. I understand it. But at least Jordan had Pippen. At least Pippen showed up and played defense. Karlanthony Towns can't do either. He can't do either. He can't play defense. And he can't, besides game 4 in Dallas, what has he done? What has he done? 16 points, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 7 rebounds, 7 points. Bro, we all know Ant, wasn't the guy. We all know Ant ain't that guy. You know what I'm saying? But you finally get someone to take the pressure off of you, and you still can't produce? You getting single coverage out there. Ant is literally getting triple team. You getting single coverage out there, and you still can't produce? How big of a bum do you have to be this bad? They could put all 5 players on Ant. This dude will still miss. Listen, I don't know what the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to do with this guy. I don't you tried everything. You actually have a guy that you can build around. You move Cat from the 5 to the 4 because Rudy Gobert is actually a pure center. Because Karlanthony Towns is not as tall as is not a really tall center. I think he's 6'10" ish around there. I know he's nowhere near tall as Rudy Gobert. You put him at the 4 so he could score and just get rebounds that Rudy Gobert can't get, and he still can't produce. Shout out to my boy Get On Kid. He hates Cat as much as I do. This dude, that's what he is. He's Cat. Bro, Jimmy Butler whistle blew this guy years ago. Remember when Jimmy Butler took all the bench players from the Minnesota Timberwolves and said, "Yo, Cat, you run with the stars. I'm gonna run with the bench players. I'm gonna cook you." That's the reason why they traded him, because he bullied Cat. He hurt his confidence. Even though Cat hurt my eyes watching him play basketball throughout this whole series, and he's low-key been garbage since the first series with the Suns. So it is what it is with Cat. Listen, man. Wolves, your star player got tired, and your borderline superstar player got tired. Your 2 star players, play like buns, play like absolute garbage. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is there. But the future looks bright. I will say that the future looks bright. I can't wait to see Minnesota next year, especially with this experience. Can't wait to see not Karlanthony Towns. No, screw Karlanthony Towns. I can't wait to see Ant next year, especially with this experience. It is what it is. That's my thoughts. What are yours? RJ out.